Good morning. Hello, folks. Happy hump day. I wasn't going to do a video today, but I saw some shenanigans that I just had to talk about. More San Francisco shenanigans. It's every day. Every day there's some sort of shenanigans in San Francisco. It's actually like every minute, every hour, some sort of shenanigans in San Francisco. But then you've got the government of San Francisco just making it worse every day for everyone that lives there. They hate you. They want you dead. Let's get into it. So, y'all remember back when the Cash App founder was murdered, and we just sort of figured that it was a vagrant that did it, just random attacking. It wasn't. Looks like it was murder by someone that knew him. I don't know. They're digging into that. But that same week, San Francisco Fire Commissioner Michael Carmigiani, I think that's how you pronounce it. Michael Carmigiani was beat severely with a crowbar and put in the hospital. And he was beaten because he had 3 vagrants camped out in front of his mom's garage, his driveway, and he asked them to move. And apparently he sprayed him with pepper spray. I don't know. I don't care if he just walked up to him and sprayed them with pepper spray in the face and didn't say a word to him. They beat him almost to death with a crowbar. But the DA decided to drop the charges today. So let's get into that. Let's just go back and see what the news had to say about the original incident, because it was reported on, and well, let's just see what Betty Yu has to say about it. So this is Betty Yu over at KPIX Channel 5, and she was reporting on the story originally, and this is back on April 10th, I believe.
He really described it as frightening, and he said that he's seen this group of homeless people he believes are involved in this attack many times in the area. Many residents say they tried to walk around this group or even avoid the area altogether. Unfortunately, they say this kind of violence was bound to happen. A witness shared this cell phone video of a man they identified as the...
All right, so this is a normal occurrence in San Francisco, and sorry my dog's barking. This dude's just walking down the street past a gas station, just walking down the street with the big old, they're calling this a crowbar. This looks like a pry bar. Like it's got like a hook at the end. It looks like one of those tools that truckers use to get the tires on and off of the rim. But yeah, this isn't a crowbar. It's a long metal bar with like a big old spike at the end of it. You get hit with that, you're lucky if you don't die. That's going to puncture your skull and hit you in the brain. But dude's just walking down the street with it, not giving a care in the world, and that's a common occurrence in San Francisco. And nobody's going to say shit to this guy, not even the cops.
Suspect who brutally attacked the victim with a large metal pipe. The victim is 53-year-old Don Carmigiani, a lifelong San Francisco resident, a former fire commissioner, businessman, and father of 2. The family said he suffered a fractured skull, a broken jaw, and cuts on his head and face. His injuries required 51 stitches.
I saw a guy with clearly was hitting his head.
All right, so this dude's weird. He's like kind of smiling this whole time, and he gives a very awkward interview. But I'm just getting the sense that he's kind of like me. When he feels uncomfortable, he smiles, and I do that. So try not to pay too much attention to that. God, I'm sorry about my dog. She is such a jerk.
Was bleeding from his head, and a crazy guy with a crowbar, and it was pretty disturbing.
The attack happened in front of Spencer Lehrman's doorway near Magnolia and Laguna Streets Wednesday around 7:20 p.m.
And this is in the marina. This isn't the Tenderloin. This isn't a horrible area. This is a good area of San Francisco. I don't get it.
He called 911. Those close to the victim said it started with a few homeless people sleeping in front of Don's parents' home and blocking their front door. When Don asked them to move, at least one person attacked him.
It was very hard to tell like how bad the wound was, just because there was so much blood. It was pretty gross. I moved in here recently. There's like a surprising amount of homeless activity.
Police arrested one suspect, 24-year-old Garrett Doty.
If our politicians don't put this guy away.
So they did an interview. I believe it was KPIX, some other news organization went and found this homeless guy, did an interview with him, and they straight up asked him like, why did you hit him in the head with the crowbar? And he said, well, the dude disrespected me. And she said, do you think just disrespecting you warranted hitting him in the head with the crowbar? And he just goes, sometimes. Like that's it. I tried to find the video for you guys, but I couldn't find it. But it's out there floating around somewhere. Some news anchor found the homeless guy and went and interviewed him after he attempted to murder the. Anyway, then there's okay. So this is just this is a friend of the fire commissioner.
It's like they're declaring war on the citizens of San Francisco. You know, at what point do we fight back? Really, at what point do we fight back? I mean, Donnie could die.
Many neighbors.
And you know, they would call him an insurrectionist because he said fight back. And it's true. This is attempted murder of, you know, a lifelong San Francisco resident, fire commissioner. So this is like a man among men in San Francisco. This is somebody that has represented the city, put his life on the line. I imagine is really well known and well respected in the community. And a homeless man that was camped out in front of his house attempted to murder him, and the district attorney just decided to release him because they say he sprayed him with pepper spray. That's their reasoning. It's unbelievable. Okay, then arrest Michael for spraying him with the pepper spray. Like, okay, give him charges then. That doesn't reduce the attempted murder charge. I don't care. That wasn't self-defense. And I don't know, is it even illegal to spray somebody with pepper spray? If you tell them to get off your property, they say no, start threatening you. You're probably moving at him in a threatening manner, I would imagine. I don't think he unprovoked sprayed him with pepper spray. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it. We're looking at, so we're gonna say that the guy that attacked the police commissioner with a crowbar and put a hole in the guy's skull is the victim, and he was just defending himself. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this is why you always hear the Soros-backed DAs, because I don't know if this DA is a Soros-backed DA. Probably is, because she's behaving the exact same way as all the other ones. All right, sorry. Continue.
Are upset police didn't detain other homeless people who were with the suspect. San Francisco supervisor Asha Safai said on our program that Don's mother tried to get help from the city.
His mother had called the police a few times that day. They didn't show up because there's such shortage of officers in the city. They weren't able to prioritize that call. Then he shows up to the scene, tries to take matters into his own hands, and ends up in the hospital.
Marina residents tell us they're very familiar.
And there it is again.
Described it as frightening.
Michael didn't want to have the police commissioner, didn't want to have the confrontation with these homeless guys. He called the cops to tell them to get him off the property. Then he goes to confront him by himself. They won't leave. They probably get aggressive. Then he pepper sprays him, and then he ends up in the hospital with a hole in his freaking head. This is what San Francisco does to its citizens. This is what California does to its citizens. San Francisco is just the mecca of crime, homelessness, and, well, government hating its citizens. San Francisco has turned into an absolute abomination of a city. And it's because of stuff like this. All right. Well, so that's the original reporting on it. And the New York Post comes out today and has their article showing that, well, looks like the DA is going to drop the charges. And I wish I could say I was surprised. I really wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm not. And how are they trying to spin it? They're trying to spin it as self-defense. It's really incredible. So, all right, let's get into it. San Francisco prosecutors have decided not to charge the transient accused with repeatedly bashing the city's former fire commissioner in the skull with a crowbar, even after obtaining video of the man taking practice swings moments before the attack. The district attorney's office has dropped the charges against Don Carmigiani's alleged assailant, Garrett Doughty, after deciding the homeless man was acting in self-defense. Sources close to Carmigiani told I'm sorry. I'm going to try to pronounce his name correctly. Carmigiani. Carmigiani? I don't know how to pronounce your name, sir, and I'm sorry because you have a hole in your head. Prosecutors headed Dottie's argument and ruled that the attack was not senseless. They said Carmigiani instead instigated the vicious assault after deploying pepper spray on the homeless man who lived outside the mother's property in the city's affluent Marina district. Who lived outside the mother's property? You mean he decided to set up a tent on his mother's driveway, blocking her garage? That's what you mean to say, right? And he instigated it by pepper spraying him. Unfreaking believable. They're blaming. This is called victim blaming, by the way. This is a narcissistic technique. Victim blaming. Okay. Prosecutors headed Dottie's argument. I already read that. We live in a city where both the mayor and the DA are elected. Their re-election is very much tied to public perception of crime and safety. Therefore, they have a vested interest in changing the narrative to make it appear that the crime is not random, the source said. The city should stop politicizing public safety and instead focus on doing their job of making San Francisco a safe and livable city for everyone, they added. A disturbing video shared with the Post shows a man believed to be Dottie yank a metal rod out of the trash can and practice swinging in front of Carmigiani's mother's home, where Dottie and two other transients were blocking the driveway. And I don't even think the two other guys were arrested, by the way. So there's what the heck? What is this? I don't want to watch a mother giving birth in an elevator. I do want to show you guys the actual footage of the attack. There we go. So here is the actual footage. And it is somewhat violent, so you might not want to watch. But I know this gas station too. I've been to this gas station. And out in front of a gas station, imagine how terrified he is too. So wipes blood from his face because he's already been hit. He's in a defensive position. When he fell over the garbage can, he should have took off running. Like, he's in a really bad position to defend himself. Hits him again, hits him twice. I mean, he's screwed up. He's leaking blood everywhere. Look at it. Hit him in the head again. Chasing him now. Self-defense, guys. Self-defense. The guy's running away, hits him in the back of the head. I can't. They are trying to spin that as self-defense. It's unreal. Right. That's it. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Just want to talk to you about the craziness in San Francisco and how they don't care and they want you dead. They will literally let homeless people attempt to murder you and drop the charges against them. I'm surprised they even arrested the guy. So that's it. That's all I want to talk to you guys about. New York Post, thank you for bringing that up. I encourage everybody to tell London Breed how you feel. Tell Gavin Newsom how you feel, because this is the California that they've created. And remember this when Gavin Newsom runs for president in 2028, because you know he's going to. All right, folks, stay Cali-based.